You knew I was going to do a big one then.
I did. I had a feeling. I smiled before you even started. I had a feeling it was going to be a big one. It was a good one.
Thanks.
Welcome to The Wave. My name is Adam.
My name is Nick. It's the weekly news and chat show from the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast.
It is indeed.
We're back.
I just punched the mic. I'm sorry.
Balls full of news.
Oh! Well, let's empty our balls.
Sure. How are you?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Good.
I called you mate. I never called you mate. I'm all right, mate. Still warm, innit?
Cushy.
Muggy. It's muggy today.
It's quite muggy. I think I will have a nice sheen to me by the time we're finished here
I think
this
we
evening.
will, yeah. Well, the window's not open. We could push the window open.
Might do.
What have you been up to?
I met Will Carling today. That was
Will
weird.
Carling off of Princess Diana?
I don't, allegedly. I don't think we say that. What was he? Rugby.
It was rugby, yeah. Captain?
England rugby captain in the 90s.
How did you meet Will Carling?
It was a work-related thing.
Oh, okay. One of these corporate
We'll leave it
things.
there.
Okay. Sounds dull.
He
Was he okay?
He was
Genuinely
all
haven't heard that name for 20 odd years.
No, me neither.
It's amazing the money you can make from that sort of being in that sort of corporate speaking game, isn't it?
Yeah, throw me some jobs, guys.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
Quite happy to do that.
We do speaking and we don't get paid for it.
Yeah, exactly. Just putting the hard graft in.
Exactly.
Get the hours.
That's cool though. Meeting, I would go below Z at Z list as of this time.
Yes, I think
There was a time in his career when he
30
was like
years ago.
A list maybe.
Yeah,
but
possibly. But
I would say like
that's long gone.
double D list now.
Yeah.
Cool
Anyway.
though. Good story.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so that was all right. How about you?
Yeah, I'm all good. It's been a pretty quiet week, to be fair. I haven't really done a lot this week at all. I feel like I say this every week. I feel like I might have a boring life. And I don't want one. But I'm quite happy.
That's good.
That's all that really matters.
I mean,
I went to the cinema the other night.
cool.
I'll come to that in the later
Sure.
on sections of the show.
Should we dive straight in and talk about our watch along that we did?
Yes, let's
last
talk about our watch along.
weekend.
Yes.
We got a group together in the Discord as we do periodically, and in fact, it was Ross Cook's
Prize.
prize.
It was his prize night.
For winning the wild card last season, and
Yes.
he chose the watch along movie.
He did. So basically, ourselves and our Patreons get a wild card each season. And the one that finishes top of the highest in the stream table gets a prize, and that prize appears to have become Choose a Watch Along.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy with, and I think it's a good prize.
And
he played it well.
we watched The Raid.
We did. I'd never seen
Which
it before.
you had never
It was
seen
my first
before.
experience of The Raid, and
What
I
did you
very
think?
much enjoyed it.
What a movie! I hadn't
just-
seen it for years.
It was fun,
Great movie.
fun, silly action movie, but really well done. Like properly well choreographed. The choreography was exquisite.
Yeah.
How is there not an Oscar for stuntmen? I know we say this quite often.
I know.
It baffles me. Is there even one for like? There should be one for like fight choreography as well.
Yeah.
Things like that. There's such a skill to do that.
Yeah.
So that whole movie was basically choreographed.
As I've said before, if you're going to get an Oscar for hairdressing, you should be able to get an Oscar for throwing yourself off a
I
cliff
could not agree more.
or setting yourself on
Could not
fire.
agree more. I'm not taking anything away from hairdressing.
No, it's also a very important part of
absolutely.
the movie industry.
But yeah, it's mental that there is
Equal rights for stunt people.
Can we start a campaign?
Sure.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, let's
Is
do
the
it.
Academy viable?
Let's get a hashtag going.
Sure,
we can do
hashtag-
that. Why not?
Hashtag stunt Oscar.
We're kind of a big deal around the world.
Yeah. We have literally tens of listeners.
Yeah.
I'm up for it. I'll make us an image and
Yeah.
we'll get a campaign going on Twitter.
Let's get infamous.
Yeah. We'll just tweet Elon Musk. He tweets everybody back these days.
Yeah, true.
So it's fine.
True.
He's going to have a fight with Mark Zuckerberg.
I mean, he's not a stuntman.
He's not a
It
stuntman.
probably rhymes with stunt.
Absolutely.
But-
does. He's going to have a fight with Mark Zuckerberg. Did you
Is
see
it?
this in the news today?
No, I haven't.
He challenged him to a cage fight and he accepted, and now it's going to happen in Vegas, apparently.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yay! Can't wait.
It's like the sport of boxing and fighting, so such a doldrums that they have to do.
Yeah.
Because it's all celebrity stuff nowadays.
Yeah,
isn't it?
basically, yeah. I don't think it's
Like-
even a real sport anymore, is it? Fighting.
The Paul brothers and
Yeah. KSI.
old
All those people.
Floyd Mayweather fighting
Yeah.
celebrities and stuff.
It's just money, innit? It's all about money.
Garbage time.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Anyway, sports. Yay,
Sports chat. How did we get onto that? Oh, Elon Musk.
Should we? What should we do?
Shall we talk about last week's film quickly?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
What was that?
What
was that German one?
It was last
Freaks,
week.
You're one of us.
Oh my god. Yes, last week we watched Freak, You're One of Us.
Sorry for interrupting you about 8 times.
Which I kind of thought was fine.
Yeah, there's nothing more than fine.
It is like, it wasn't a bad movie, it wasn't a good movie, but you have to respect the ambition of that movie.
They had to go. They had to go making a superhero movie on 0 budget.
Yeah.
And yeah, respect them for trying.
Yeah.
Prime mid-table fodder, I think.
I mean, it's sitting 3rd out of 3 in our early stream table.
I feel like that says more for the other 2 than it does for this one, though.
I think 3... I would have to go back and check, but I from the previous 8 seasons. But I think 2 movies I really enjoyed, and 1 that I didn't mind.
A decent start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robin the randomizer has been quite kind to us.
I was speaking to friend of the show, Smileyton from Discord, the other day.
Yes.
And he has placed it 2nd in his stream table.
Okay.
Above Sweet Girl.
Right.
And he has never watched a Marvel movie. He's not a superhero movie fan. So I thought that was quite an interesting fact. He got something out of that. And I think that maybe it's because we have the superhero fatigue that he doesn't have.
Possibly.
So
I can understand that rating but I was more coming from the fact that I can understand why people would like Sweet Girl less. Because
possibly
go back and listen to our episode, but it's got a twist in it that will either make you go, "Oh, that's ruined it for me," or "Oh, that's so crazy, I'm just gonna roll with it."
Which is what I did, definitely, and I think you did as well. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting that he doesn't really watch superhero movies, and he rated it a lot more than we did.
Yeah,
and I thought that was quite interesting, so I thought I'd mention that to you.
Okay.
Should we do some Netflix news?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What have we got?
Well,
what a week it's been.
Quite a bit of news to go through.
Yeah.
With Netflix moving goalposts, which we'll come to next.
Okay.
But this movie we will mention in both these first 2 news stories. And the first one is that Extraction 2 has overtaken The Mother already as Netflix's biggest movie premiere of the year to date.
That's pretty impressive when The Mother was in last week, The Mother was in the top 6 of all time.
For its first 28 days.
For its first 28 days.
Yeah.
Which Extraction 2 hasn't got to yet.
I know, but it has had the biggest or the most viewed first weekend of the year so far.
Metrics.
On Netflix.
I'm not surprised. I know quite a few people who have seen it. I've not got to it myself yet, but I will. Don't know if it'll be in the first 28 days or not, but it might be.
It had a greater debut than Glass Onion at the end of last year.
Wow, okay, that's impressive.
And
I feel like that was everywhere.
Was just short of last year's The Grey Man.
Okay. That was not a great film.
500,000 hours short. I've not seen Extraction.
You've not seen the first one?
Nope.
That's interesting. The first one's decent.
Always been on my list, never quite got to it.
I'm hearing good things of this one as well.
I hear there's a particular sequence in this movie that is something to behold.
I hear the same thing. I will definitely check it out. I'll get to it at some point.
Yeah, me too. I want to as well, because
they've already commissioned a third as well, haven't they?
They have, and also I was going to mention that later on because no, it's fine because Netflix did a sort of, I would say, a less hyped version of Tudum last week. So there was a few highlights from that. One of those being that, we're getting Extraction 3. Apparently.
Sweet.
I've got a story linked to this movie this week.
Okay.
I was talking to a friend of mine who has, you won't mind me saying, had some health issues over the last few months. And he took his blood pressure the other night and it was very high.
Okay.
And it was because he was watching Extraction 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He'd been told by his doctors that you shouldn't watch any action movies late at night and to stick to rom-coms and light-hearted stuff, but really wanted to watch Extraction 2 and then took his blood pressure and it was really high. I didn't know this was a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing.
So people who have those sort of health issues are often told by doctors and nurses, don't watch action movies because they really get heart raised.
Really?
Yeah. I'm naive. I didn't know this was a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing. That's blown my mind a little.
So his wife came in and said, apparently, told him off for watching it.
You can watch a Hemsworth movie, just not this one.
Yeah, watching Extraction too.
Wow.
Which he said he really enjoyed. So take that for what
it didn't nearly kill him, but he very much enjoyed it. Wow, that's crazy. I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
I wonder if horror movies is the same thing. So that's going to get your heart rate pumping as well, surely. I hope I never get blood pressure issues. I don't want to just sit and watch rom-coms every night. It'd be well boring. Next.
Okay.
The big one. Shall we talk about the big one?
Yeah, let's try and pick this one apart a bit. So,
I've read this article numerous times this week. I don't understand it still. So I'm hoping between us we can figure it out.
Netflix has changed its counting metrics
again
for its top 10 charts.
Yes.
For why?
We do not know.
We are not sure. And Netflix have announced that they are moving to an estimated viewership for its charts of top shows and films. Now, they are doing this by taking the number of hours viewed,
which is what they're traditionally counting.
Yeah. Which had been for the first 28 days.
Yeah.
And they are dividing that number by the total runtime of the movie or the total runtime of the series. So for Stranger Things, it's the total runtime of
that particular season of Stranger Things.
And just to pump the numbers up a bit, the number of watches, the number of hours that they are counting, which, as we said, was previously the first 28 days, is now the first 91 days.
91 days?
Yes, which is 12 weeks, essentially, of release. And
I'm so confused by this.
That's changed the charts around a little bit.
Yeah, it has. It's mixed things up. Because they've historically done this as well. It's not like they're starting now, this is what we're going to do. They've backdated their charts.
Yeah. So, season 1 of Wednesday is now the most watched Netflix TV show in the English language.
Yes. Took Stranger Things off number 1.
Yeah. With 252.1 million views.
Yeah.
And that was taken from its 1.7 billion hours viewed divided by its 6 hour, 49 minute runtime.
Is that a typo just there where it says 61 days?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because that's what made it even more confusing. So in the first 91 days, it had 1.7 billion hours.
Yeah.
Divide that by the runtime of the show, which is 6 hours and 49 minutes.
Yeah.
You come up with 252 million people finished the series.
It had 252
million people.
Yeah. Did you know Netflix only has 232.5 million subscribers?
I did know that. So how has 252 million people watched this show?
So people have watched it more than once by that logic.
It sounds like it, doesn't it? I'm so confused. We'll run through the new top 10s later on. But it has changed things up slightly.
There's a couple of, especially in the movie top 10 list, there have been a couple that have dropped in that were not previously in the top 10 list with the old way of counting. What's the point?
I don't understand why they've done it. I guess it's more fair because we've said before, what about shows that are long? Some are longer, some are shorter.
We're doing an average, aren't we?
We're basically doing an average, so it doesn't matter how long or short your show is now. If you're only getting 100 hours viewed and your show's 1 minute, it's fuck Stranger Things. It's really surprising that they've allowed this ranking to be released, and it's fucked Stranger Things over, but they have. So.
Because it's not like they've changed it so they can ensure like a Netflix original wasn't at the top. You know, they're making a Netflix original at the top because one already was in the TV charts anyway. And it's just why
I don't really understand why.
Why are we doing this? Do what you want.
Do what you want with your views, but so they've updated all their websites. So lots have changed. We'll go through the top 10s later on. It is a bit confusing though.
12 weeks from 4.
Yeah, it's very strange. Very strange.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that more when we get to the top 10s later on in the episode.
Yes, and just before we get to the roundup of Tudum, let's talk about someone who is raking in the big books.
Wow, this is big news. I haven't heard this.
I do not think he was short of those books already.
No.
Because Ryan Murphy has a deal with Netflix.
He does indeed.
It's a 9-figure deal.
Yeah. 9 figures, what's that? Tens of millions?
Yeah.
Right.
And he is coming to the end of that. That ends later this year, in fact, because he signed his deal in 2018.
Okay.
He is departing Netflix, and he is believed Ryan Murphy has agreed in principle to make programs on Disney Plus.
That's a big coup for Disney. I mean, we've had our issues with Ryan Murphy in the past, and there was one point where everything on Netflix was made by Ryan Murphy.
Yes.
But he's a big name, and he gets big shows made.
Yeah, so, I mean, he will still have, I mean, a couple of his shows will continue on Netflix. Monster is continuing on Netflix.
Right, okay. But he's just not got an exclusive deal anymore.
No, I'm not sure how involved he will now be with that. He is
so
going to make programs for Disney. And
exclusively.
Disney. But presumably he will be getting some sort of cut of Monster as his show.
Okay.
Yeah. No, 300 million his deal at Netflix was.
Wow. Yeah, that is 9 figures. I can't count, apparently.
And he's going up to
That's big news.
to Disney.
Netflix will miss Ryan Murphy shows. Definitely.
Surely just for the pure, speed of his output.
Yeah, he turns things around.
Multiple
very
projects on a row. Yeah. Oh, The Watcher. That was his as well, and that's coming back for a next season on Netflix as well. Yeah. There are no terms of his deal with Disney yet been made public.
Disney even declined to comment, apparently, to the Hollywood Reporter. We'll keep our eye on that one.
It's absolute fits perfectly with Mickey Mouse, doesn't he?
It does. Do you want to do this one now, or do you want to?
Let's have a roundup of Tudum, which, like I say, I think it happened last week, live from Brazil.
Okay.
Was where Netflix hosted Tudum this year, and it was a little bit more under the radar, I think.
Yeah, I did. I did know it was going on, but I wasn't hearing not as much stuff about it.
Not quite the fanfare of previous years, but there is a few newsworthy headlines.
Okay.
We've mentioned one already.
Yes, we have.
Extraction 3 is coming in active development.
Yeah. And you're surprised to nobody, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. You had your usual slew of first looks at various things, so you can go and find on Twitter, YouTube, however you want to find it. Just look at Netflix's account. You can have a sneak peek of Squid Game: The Challenge.
That's the live, real people.
It is. I had a quick look at that. It's basically a load of sets being built quickly.
Okay.
In fast forward, recreation of.
Is it going to look like Squid Game?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's all the pink and green and all the stairs, and it very much looked like Squid Game.
Cool.
Debuts in November.
Oh wow! Okay, we've got a date, have we?
10 episodes, 456 contestants with a grand prize of 4.56 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm quite looking forward to that, actually. I just more of like a what the hell, how is this going to work type of deal. I'm more interested in the workings of it than the actual show.
Interested to see if any of the sort of stories resurface about
injuries
treatment on set.
Yeah, and the way people were treated, which was apparently not good.
There is not a teaser for Squid Game Season 2, just a cast announcement, really.
Yeah, I saw that.
Confirming that some of the previous cast are returning. There was no female cast members in the announcement.
No, there wasn't. I did notice that. I watched this video the other day. Yeah.
A lot of people aren't very happy about.
Maybe it's just going to be men in this series.
You can go and have a first look at Money Heist Berlin.
Okay.
The teaser for which was also released at Tudum. As was the first teaser for, I don't know if it's a spin-off, but basically Riverdale.
Yes.
Is like an adaptation of the Archie comics from the 60s.
Yeah.
But
modernized and
yeah.
The rule books were thrown out, weren't they?
Absolutely. Well, Netflix is spinning that wheel back.
Okay.
Because you are getting a 60s set adaptation of The Archers.
Okay.
And that, you can see the teaser for that again now.
Okay.
Wherever you get your Netflix.
Is there any relation to Riverdale? Any returning characters?
It's set in Riverdale.
Yeah.
But no, it's
don't know if any actors were coming back.
Not that I'm aware of. There is a first teaser for The Three-Body Problem, which we've talked about before. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
It's a adaptation of a critically acclaimed novel, sci-fi novel, and it is coming from the creators of Game of Thrones, David Benioff and D.B. Weiss.
They kind of disappeared for a few years, and they're coming back now.
Yeah.
They went silent for a bit.
The official synopsis says, a young woman's fateful decision in 1960s China reverberates across space and time to a group of brilliant scientists in the present day. As the laws of nature unravel before their eyes, 5 former colleagues reunite to confront the greatest threat in humanity's history. 8-hour-long episodes will arrive in January 2024.
I thought you said 8-hour-long episodes. Oh, wow, I'm not watching that. That sounds really interesting. I quite like the idea of that.
I would say I've not watched every teaser that's on this list, but I have watched that one and a few others, and that was the one that made me go, yes, that looks interesting.
Okay, cool.
And that is the one that appeals to me the most. You can see new footage of Season 3, Volume 1 of The Witcher.
Okay.
Which
That's coming soon, isn't it?
I believe it's Henry Cavill's last go-round
as
The Witcher.
I think that comes very soon. This week, in fact, I think.
You can see a teaser. I don't think it's even a teaser. It's basically just some emblems of Netflix's adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yep, I did see this. I saw
a lot
some
of pressure
photos.
for them to get this right.
Yeah, 100%. It's a big deal.
So it's a huge property for them to, if they can,
don't mess it up.
Knock it out of the park.
Don't mess that one up.
Yeah, just do everything M. Night Shyamalan didn't.
Yeah, basically.
I know you.
This one, or?
I know you've watched this one. You can watch a behind-the-scenes featurette on Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon.
I probably won't.
Okay.
This article's written really badly because the
formatting is terrible.
The formatting's all over the place. Sorry.
That's fine.
Nobody's interested in that other than me and you.
Also,
another big
anticipated live-action adaptation is the first trailer for One Piece.
Okay, yep.
Which arrives, the show arrives on August the 31st.
Cool.
Again, not too far away.
No, it's really soon.
Yeah, you can go and find
lots of stuff coming from Tudum.
And finally, the first trailer for the upcoming action movie Heart of Stone, starring Gal Gadot, who plays Mary Stone or something. I can't remember what the character's called.
Joss Stone.
Yeah. Action movie, one woman with wrecking crew.
They love them at the minute, don't they? Netflix.
August the 11th.
Female-led action movies are a big deal.
Heart of Stone.
Cool, good roundup. There's lots of good stuff coming.
Yeah, go and find those. If you watch any of those and have anything to say, let us know.
Squid Game Challenge will be interesting. It'll be fun if nothing else. Squid Game Season 2 is obviously really exciting. And yeah, everything else is... it's good times. It's good times to be a Netflix fan.
Do you think he's started writing it yet?
I hope so. I really hope so.
I remember all those interviews as Squid Game was hitting massively, and the writer was like, "Yeah, I didn't plan. I haven't thought about a season.
Got any idea. At one point, he said he hadn't even got any idea for it. Hadn't he? He's very honest.
Like that wasn't in the plan.
Well, he'd written it like 10 years before it was even made, wouldn't he? So.
Something that I think my view is we're going to start to see more of this.
Okay.
Because I guess this started, a couple of months ago with Disney Plus's announcement that they were going to be taking some content off Disney Plus.
Yeah.
That they had not perceived as performing very well.
Yeah.
Willow was one of the examples, the Willow TV show. And we sort of said, well, I wonder if they'll try and license that elsewhere so it could pop up on other services or
Amazon or Netflix or
whatever. Try and get a bit of monetization elsewhere. Well, kind of similar to that, it's been sort of revealed this week that Warner Brothers Discovery is in talks with Netflix to license HBO titles to them.
Okay.
Now, they're not talking about removing titles from Discovery.
Okay.
But in fact, I guess the comparison would be over here, it's where we see BBC or Channel 4 shows on Netflix
and on the iPad
and on their services as well.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Do you think maybe there'll be more of this?
Yeah, I think so. I think it makes sense
filling
as well,
each other's pockets.
It makes sense for the industry to
content is content.
Exactly, just be everywhere. Yeah, that is interesting.
The first show that is rumored to be licensed to Netflix from Warner Brothers is the hit comedy series Insecure.
Okay, never heard of it.
But Deadline has been told the deal is not completely inked yet.
Okay.
But stuff like this doesn't tend to come out unless it's pretty much a done deal.
Yeah, that'd be behind closed doors if it wasn't a done deal.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it, I think. I think it's a good idea. Especially for something like Discovery and HBO and that sort of smaller streaming service.
Yeah.
It's a good idea for them to get more eyes on their products, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not a streaming service that is over here, is it?
No.
So, a lot of the HBO stuff is on Sky, isn't it? So it'll be interesting to see if that is a deal that is focused only in the States, or is Netflix looking at doing something in other territories as well.
Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's HBO don't want to launch their products over here, so they put all their stuff on Netflix over here.
Yeah, exactly.
There's chances of that happening. Interesting. That is really interesting. Where are we? This one?
Yeah, I mean, bad news for Catherine Tate.
Yeah, what's happened?
Remember Hard Sell?
Nope.
No, me neither. I
remember talking about it, but I don't remember it ever coming out.
It was Catherine Tate's prison set comedy series where she played loads of the characters.
Yeah.
She's revealed in an interview on Radio 2 last week that Hard Sell's been cancelled, but Netflix never told her.
Shit, that's rude.
She was asked about it by Zoe Ball on her radio show.
Right.
And Catherine Tate said, well, I believe, actually Netflix have never told me. I've not had the call, but she was told by someone else's agent.
Wow.
That Netflix was not looking to do any more episodes of Hard Sell.
Do you feel like Catherine Tate's just like missed a phone call or something? Or
yeah, check your voicemail. It might be on there somewhere.
Email's gone into the junk folder.
Could have gone into junk. That does happen, doesn't it?
Yeah. She doesn't seem like the most organised of people.
It's because she's played 6 people in this TV show.
She's so busy.
Know which way she's turning. She said, I thought it was a bit rude. I heard it from someone else's agent, which was nice. But Netflix then confirmed to Digital Spy that the show had been cancelled. But didn't go any further than that. I mean, it didn't. I don't remember that it.
I don't know why.
Pulled up any trees.
I find that quite funny.
Yeah,
I don't really know why. It is. I think very
is
rude.
It because you got this image of her like sitting by the phone? Like, will it be today?
I've still not heard anything. Do I start writing the next one? What am I doing? And then David Tennant's agent walks in and goes, "Oh, does your show get cancelled? I've heard it's been cancelled."
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. It's not funny for her, but it's funny for people who don't like her. Next.
Netflix have announced a new animated comedy series.
Okay.
Which I've checked the trailer out for, and I thought this looks quite interesting.
They're desperate for another BoJack Horseman, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. The trailer is out, and the series itself drops on July the 28th. I am talking about... I can't find the title.
Yeah.
Captain Fall.
Okay.
It comes from the creators of Norseman.
Wow. That's quite a different thing.
And has a voice cast including Jason Ritter, Christopher Maloney, and Anthony Carrigan. July 28th. Fall Guy is about a wet behind the ears yet good-hearted sea captain who unwittingly finds himself at the helm of a smuggling ship for a terrible international cartel.
Ooh.
They use him as the fall guy in case the authorities ever catch up to them.
Interesting. That sounds quite fun as well.
Adam Devine is also in the voice cast.
Right.
Who does quite a lot of stuff for Netflix.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
I thought that was quite a good little...
There's been loads of those little easy-to-make animated shows. And I feel like they are just trying to get another BoJack, and they're not successful at the moment.
Did you ever finish Agent Elvis?
No.
No, me neither. I only watched the first couple.
Yeah, I think I did 2 or 3.
I quite liked it.
Yeah, I don't know why I never went back to it. Just didn't really pull me in.
Too much stuff to watch.
There is too much stuff to watch. That's true.
Another victim of the writers' strike,
Okay.
at least initially, is the Spider-Man spin-off El Muerto,
Okay. Yeah.
which, if you remember, is the superhero, super-powered wrestler.
Yes, I do remember. We only talked about it not long ago, I think.
Yeah, well, there are stories that this might be quite a difficult one to get back off the ground
Right.
for the simple reason of scheduling and logistics. And that is because this movie was going to star Bad Bunny.
What's a Bad Bunny?
He is a extremely well-selling hip-hop artist
Okay.
in Latin America.
Fair.
And although the movie has been sort of shelved by the writers' strike, apparently Bad Bunny, his touring schedule is so far booked up ahead,
Right.
this might actually struggle to get made in the next couple of years.
At least with him in it.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, it's on the shelf.
We're going to see, the longer
It's
this
in
writer's
limbo.
strike goes on for, the more of this you're going to see.
Yeah,
There's going to be a point where we just run out of stuff.
exactly.
And it's not good.
Dude's
You need
like-
to sort it out pretty quickly.
Bad Bunny's like, I'm not hanging around for this writer's strike.
Yeah.
I've got a music
Yeah,
career.
exactly. You can't, can you? You've
Yeah.
got to make your money somewhere.
I've got a world tour, and that's going to take me in the next 4 years.
Yeah. It was supposed to release next January, so it's only 6 months away.
Yeah, it's
That's definitely not happening then.
El Muerto is in limbo.
It's Almueted. Next.
Final piece of news
And finally.
for the week. Do you like horror movies?
Yes.
Do you like slasher movies?
Yes.
Do you like time travel?
Yes.
Okay,
Somebody made my movie that's in my head.
then you may be interested in an upcoming Blumhouse movie which has been announced this week. In fact, a partnership between Blumhouse and Amazon.
Okay.
And that is the fact that they are coming together to make a time-traveling serial killer movie,
Fine.
which will be directed by Nanacha Khan, who was the director behind Always Be My Maybe, which I really like.
I like
She's,
to always be my baby.
And also, she has directed various Ali Wong stand-up shows.
Okay.
It will star Kiernan Shipka, who you will most likely recognise from the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, okay. She's been all over Netflix.
Yeah, she has. Yeah.
And the movie's called Totally Killer.
Totally killer, dude.
Yeah. Would you like a synopsis?
Of course, always.
The film follows Jamie, whose mum, Pam, is terrorised by the resurgence of the Sweet 16 killer, a masked maniac that slaughtered a group of teenage girls in the 1980s. With the help of her friend Amelia, she travels back in time to 1987 and teams up with the teen version of her mum to try and stop the killer.
That sounds good.
Back to the Future /
Friday
Jason.
the 13th.
Yeah, Friday the 13th.
Set in the 80s.
Randall Park is on board as well.
Of course he is.
Which
He's in
makes
everything.
sense. Given the director, yeah.
And given that he's in everything.
Yeah, Amazon and Blumhouse. Presumably then it will arrive in theatres and shortly after on Amazon Prime.
Definitely keeping my eye out on that. Sounds fun. Sounds hella fun.
It's kind of like, I read this and I thought, I know that hasn't been done before, but it kind of feels like
Yeah, the
should have
closest
been done before.
closest I can think of is Fear Street. You know, the free Netflix films that they did last year, the year
Yes,
before?
but that was a...
That wasn't time travel. It was set over 3 different
Sure.
time periods.
Yeah,
But that's the closest thing I can think of. But yeah, you're right. It hasn't never been done before.
yeah.
I'm up for a teen slasher movie set in the 80s.
Brilliant.
Can already hear the soundtrack.
You can have a lot of fun with that, I think.
Any more news?
That's all the news.
Excellent. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
Well, we watched The Raid, which we talked about.
We did watch The Raid on our watch.
I would just say, we're looking at increasing the regularity of our watch alongs.
Yeah, we've actually, I think, announced that we're going to do them every month
Yeah.
from now on. Well, first Sunday of every month, I think, is what we're
Exactly.
aiming at. So, anybody's got any suggestions for things we can watch?
If you come into the Discord, join the Discord, you can absolutely throw a suggestion at us.
And then come and watch
and come and join us in the watch long. They're a great time. We had a lot of fun on Sunday.
Night on Sunday night.
So,
brilliant.
Next month we are going to watch The Raid 2.
We are, because why not?
Makes sense.
It does. And then we're open.
Yeah, open for business.
We have open slots for August and September.
Yeah. So join the Discord.
Join the Discord.
Not just that, because you'll make some great friends. Genuinely make some great friends.
You will. They're wonderful people.
There's always people there to talk about whatever you want to talk about at all times. Worries.
24 hours a day, there's somebody will answer you in there.
Bullshit, whatever you need.
Yeah, Ross talks bullshit all the time. Love you, Ross.
Come and join us. Other than The Raid, I've been catching up on I Think You Should Leave.
Okay, remind me.
It's a sketch show.
Yes, I remember.
And I've watched a few episodes before and then thought, I need to watch the rest of them. But I had a chance this week. They're only sort of 15 to 20 minutes each episode.
Okay.
Rapid fire. It's again, critically quite well thought of. And yeah, it's a high recommendation for me. The new series was out. Season 3 came out recently.
What's it on?
Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
So you would like it.
I will
add it to my list. Is enough. I think You Should Leave moves fast enough that even if there's a sketch that doesn't quite get you, the next one's only a few minutes away.
I will add it to my list right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's brought up I Think We're Alone Now. Do you remember that Peter Dinklage film?
I do. That was early days of this show, wasn't it?
It was. Oh, it's Sam Richardson. I like Sam Richardson.
Yeah. I think that's about it, because I've watched quite a lot of it.
Okay, good.
So
I will add it to my list and watch it and let you know how I feel about it. I've watched a few things. I went to the cinema. I think I mentioned this last week. There was a secret screening for Cineworld.
Yes, you mentioned that you were going to go and you were hoping it was going to be
I thought it. I wasn't hoping it was. I thought it might be.
Yes.
It wasn't.
Okay.
It was Disney Pixar's latest attempt at a movie, Elemental.
Oh, yeah. What was your thoughts?
Terrible.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't enjoy it. I went with a person who is a fan of Disney Pixar movies.
Oh.
She very much didn't enjoy it.
Really?
And it's just not very good. It's as simple as that. I mean, it's a bizarre decision from Cineworld for me.
Yeah.
To do a secret screening for unlimited card holders who children can't have unlimited cards.
Okay.
There isn't even a family version of it. And to put it on at night and not tell people that that's what it's going to be, because the cinema was full of unlimited card holders, so cinema fans.
Yeah.
And when that title came on the screen, there was the loudest groan that went around the cinema you've ever heard. Yeah. Because people weren't expecting it. People were...
But that surprises me, though, because
Why?
Pixar films are a pretty big event, and it's...
Yeah, but I don't think...
They're not just for
that's
kids.
Not the market that they should be aiming at, I don't think. I don't know, but there was a big groan that went around that cinema.
Okay.
And it wasn't
Many
very good.
people leave?
Surprisingly not.
Okay.
Normally in the secret screening, quite a few people do leave.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. I'm happy to watch anything.
Yeah.
You know this, hence this show. Literally, I watch any movie. And give it a chance, but I really didn't enjoy it, and I don't think there was many people in there that did, if I'm honest. I don't think it's going to go very well.
Scathing review of Pixar.
Yeah. I mean, Pixar have done some great stuff, don't get me wrong, but this isn't for me, if anything. It's a love story about a girl made of fire who falls in love with a man made of water.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. So yeah, I wasn't that impressed. I was a bit disappointed that it wasn't Asteroid City, to be honest, because now I don't know if I'll go and watch Asteroid City, because I'm not that looking forward to it. But so will I go and watch it or not? I don't know. Maybe.
Okay,
I'll let you know. A few things I've watched on TV.
Sure.
I've started Black Mirror. I've watched the first 4 out of 5 episodes of the latest season of Black Mirror. I've still got the last one to do. I'm going to do that later tonight. I know you've never watched Black Mirror. I find that fascinating.
I've never watched an episode.
I find that fascinating. This season is so far, the 4 that I've seen have all been better than last season, so that's good. It's improved. But the 4th episode specifically isn't an episode of Black Mirror for me. It doesn't feel... Black Mirror has a vibe. I'm sure you know Black Mirror's vibe of what it is. Yeah. And the 4th one isn't a Black Mirror episode. It just isn't... There's no relation to the rest of the...
Well, isn't the point of Black Mirror that it doesn't have to be anything?
Yes. But there is an overriding theme of what the show is. It's like... what if technology went bad is ultimately what Black Mirror is about. But it's a good episode. It's good. It just isn't Black Mirror for me. So, but I still enjoyed it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Would you rate the series highly?
I'd rate it higher than season 5.
Okay.
Because I didn't really enjoy season 5 at all. I think the third episode, the one with Aaron Paul and Josh Hartnett in, I think that's by far the best one.
Okay.
The first episode with Annie Murphy and Selma Hayek.
Yeah.
That's really good. I really enjoyed that one.
Netflix have been very much focusing a lot of the marketing on that episode.
They have. Because it's basically an episode about Netflix.
Yeah.
It's sort of Streamberry, as it's known in the Black Mirror universe. And yeah, it's a good series. Just episode 4 threw me a little bit because it didn't feel like a Black Mirror episode.
Just to clarify, I haven't got anything against Black Mirror. I think it's just because it's been years since I've watched like terrestrial TV, and I just think I wasn't watching TV when it initially came out as a big thing. And then obviously it's since moved to Netflix, and I kind of just feel like I'm sure I'd love a lot of the episodes, but it feels, to be honest, a bit daunting.
There's a lot of it out
not necessarily as much because of the volume of it, but just like what did I say in the week?
The volume of darkness.
Yeah, the amount of darkness.
To binge watch it all the way through, it would play with your mental health.
I think that's what daunts me. Yeah,
I think maybe if you're ever stuck of something to watch, just pick one and watch it.
Sure.
And just like treat it like a movie. 'Cause some of them are like feature length anyway.
Yeah.
So just like, I'm going to put one episode of Black Mirror on.
Yeah.
I can give you a few really good ones that some of them are fantastic.
Sure.
Some of the earlier stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've not started this season of Black Mirror yet, it's been really good so far. That's my ultimate. I've got one left to do, which I'm going to do later, so I'll report back next week on that.
Okay.
One thing I've watched tonight, just before you came round, actually, was I think it's just been out on Channel 4 in the UK this week. It's a new travel show.
Oh, I love a travel show.
Comedians going around the world looking at the wonders of the world. It's called Wonders of the World I Can't See.
Right.
Do you know who Chris McCausland is?
No.
He's a blind comedian, stand-up comedian.
Okay.
He's blind. He's travelling the world to go and visit the wonders of the world.
Nice.
But obviously he can't see them.
Yeah.
So he's taken another comedian with them to describe them to him. And tonight, in the episode I've just watched, he goes to the Acropolis in Athens with Harry Hill.
Oh, nice.
And it is really funny. I was crying with
Right, I'm going to check that out.
Because Chris McClellan, he's got a really dry sense of humour as well. He does things like 8 out of 10 cats does count down and hypothetical. All those panel shows, you'll have seen him.
I probably might recognise him.
Yeah, you probably would. Yeah, he's very dry. He's very happy with the fact that he's not like a depressed person because of his disability. And the amount of times Harry Hill just forgets that he can't see is just funny.
Brilliant.
It's just funny. He says, "Oh yeah, it's there right in front of us. Look at it." Like things like that. And he's like, "I can't see, Harry." He describes it as like a shoebox, but the walls are made of columns and there's no lid.
Nice.
It was great. I think the next one is he's going to Rome with... Oh, I've forgotten the person. That's annoying. Tom Allen. He goes to Rome with Tom Allen in the next one. So yeah, it's all... I think it's on Channel 4 every week, but it's all on all 4 at the moment.
Okay.
So yeah, check that out. The first one was very funny.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Good. Yeah, that sounds like my bag.
Yeah, I think it's right over your street.
The other thing we should probably mention is that after we finished watching The Raid...
Yes.
On Sunday nights, we watched an episode, didn't we, in the watch along of Auntie Donna's House of Fun.
We did indeed. I think, was it Jordan or Ross or all of them or Sam? Or I think everybody had seen it except for us. And it's bizarre.
It's an Australian comedy troupe.
Yeah.
I had realised partway through I'd seen quite a bit of their stuff on YouTube and like bits of
I hadn't
clips on.
I thought I recognised one of them, but I don't know where I'd seen it from.
And I watched another one later in the week.
I haven't got to any more
with my wife, and I think her review summed it up. She thought it was okay.
Yeah.
But as I was chuckling along, she turned to me and went, "This is appealing to the 15-year-old boy in you, isn't it?" And I thought, do you know what? Yeah, it is.
It is.
It's exactly that sort of thing. And if you're looking for something fucking stupid, then you'll have a fun time.
I feel like 20 years ago, it's the sort of thing we would have watched over and over and over and over and over and over again. I very much enjoyed the episode that we did watch on Sunday, so I will definitely watch more of it. It's on Netflix. I'd never heard of it before until they brought it up in the Discord on Sunday. What's it called? Auntie Donna's House of Fun.
Yeah. Big old House of Fun.
Big old House of Fun, something like that. Very funny.
Yeah.
The dishwasher was my favourite character. That should say it all to you.
Cool.
I think that's it. I think that's everything we've watched.
I think so.
Excellent. Shall we look at these top tens and see what's happening?
Let's try and make sense
Let's try and make sense of what's going on in the world.
What's going in the Netflix charts.
So I'm currently on global top 10 of films in the English language.
Okay, sounds like a good place to start.
Okay, so number 10 currently is Prisoners.
So this is this week. This isn't all time.
This is this week. Yeah. Prisoners has had 5.1 million viewing hours.
Yes.
Has a runtime of 2 hours and 33 minutes, which gives it 2 million viewers.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense?
Fine.
That puts it at number 10. Number 9 is Shooter. That's the Mark Wahlberg film.
Is Mark Wahlberg... I know I'm going to piss people off here.
Okay.
Is Mark Wahlberg the least charismatic, massive movie star?
Oh, wow. Yeah, maybe. I'm not against that idea. If I wanted a Wahlberg, I'd always go Donnie. Put it that way.
He's just bland with the side of bland. Anyway,
he is. I was getting mixed up with Matt Damon, and I don't know if that's an insult to Matt Damon or Mark Wahlberg, but it's an insult to one of them.
Matt Damon's a better actor.
Yeah, but there's something about them that makes me get them mixed up. Number 8 is Abduction, Taylor Lautner's action movie by the looks of it.
Fine.
Number 7 is the Angry Birds movie.
Fine.
And number 6 is The Mother.
Sure.
The J-Lo movie.
Now been around for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Still at number 6.
6 weeks.
That's okay.
6. Still getting 2.8 million viewers. Number 5 is Assassin's Creed.
Now and again, this movie seems to pop into the Netflix top 10.
It does.
I've still never seen it.
No,
I know. And you always say, don't watch it, it's terrible. And I'm well aware that it's supposed to be one of the most terrible movies of all time. There's still something there that's like, yeah, I'd like to check that out.
Check it out then, because I'm really interested to see if I'm right. Because if
I'm 100% sure you're right.
Somebody asked me to make a top 10 of my worst movies I've ever seen, that would be right up in the top 2, maybe.
Should have been so good, man. Those games.
It should have been.
Some of them games are great.
There's a VR Assassin's Creed coming
out,
which is quite exciting. Yeah. Number 4 is Boss Baby.
Always a boss baby. There's always a DreamWorks in there somewhere.
There is. Number 3 is Paw Patrol the movie.
Oh, amazing! I'm sure for certain people that is a big thing.
Yeah. Number 2 is Extraction.
1.
And number 1 is Extraction 2.
The viewing hours.
Yeah.
Are pretty low. Like. Extraction 2 aside, which we've already covered, is huge. Everything else is pretty low.
Even Extraction
this week in the charts,
18.8 million viewing hours.
Yeah,
that is low.
Yeah.
So Extraction 2 is had 88.4 million viewing hours. Runs for 2 hours and 4 minutes, which gives it 42.8 million viewers.
Yep.
I still don't understand it. I'm going to keep doing it till I do. Should we do top 10 of all time, because that's changed?
Yeah, sure. Let's revisit those.
So number 10 in the top 10 list of all time movies on Netflix, in the English language, obviously, because at what point do we stop doing this, do you think? Do you think they ever stop splitting it between in the English language and not in the English language? Does that come next?
I don't think so.
But you wouldn't have ever thought
another chart to have, doesn't it?
Well, anyway, number 10 is Purple Heart,
which was in the top 10.
It was. I think it was 10.
Under the previous metric as well.
It was indeed. Number 9 is Spencer Confidential.
I think that's a new entry.
I think it is, indeed.
It's Mark Wahlberg.
It's Mark Wahlberg.
It's not a good film.
Number 8 is Extraction.
1.
Number 7 is Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery.
Sure. I think that may have fallen a couple of places.
I think you're right.
Now, the next movie is a new entry into the most popular films of all time because of this metric.
Yes, it wasn't in the top 10 at all before, and now it's a number
6. My
6.
kids, I think, may be responsible for a couple of million hours
really
of this. They love this movie.
I don't know what it is.
It's all right. It's a Robert Rodriguez movie.
It's called We Can Be Heroes.
Basically, all the adult superheroes are captured.
Right.
And all their kid superhero offspring have to band together to defeat the villain.
Well,
save the day.
Is it old, new?
I would say it is 3 or 4 years old.
And it's now the 6th biggest movie in Netflix history in the English language.
According to this metric.
This time last week it wasn't in the top 10.
Correct.
Yeah.
It has the shortest running time of any movie on this list, which helps explain maybe why.
This is interesting. I've just thought of this. Last week we did a news story where Wes Anderson's making a 37-minute movie.
We did.
If a lot of people watch that That could quite easily go to the top of the charts.
They won't count that for
Do you not think?
No.
But it could easily be number one in the charts.
They'll have to add another bracket that will say most popular films, English.
Less than an hour long.
Over an hour, yeah. For this, yeah.
Otherwise, Wes Anderson's movie is going to be top of that list by a country mile. It needs less than 0.1 of... It needs 0.1 of a viewer.
Sure.
Number 5 is The Grey Man.
Yep.
And number 4 is Bird Box. I think that's dropped. I think that was free.
I think they may have... Yeah, The Grey Man might have dropped a couple of places as well, I think. Number 3 is a movie that has benefited, I think. That has moved up. Again, it's a shorter run time, only an hour and 47 minutes long. That is The Adam Project.
Yes. Number 2 is Don't Look Up. The top 2 haven't changed. Number 2 is Don't Look Up. And number 1 is Red Notice.
Yeah.
Conspicuous by its absence is a film that only made it into the charts last week. Is The Mother.
Yes,
it was number 6 last week. And now it is not in the top 10 at all.
No.
So I find that really
Screwed
interesting.
the pooch on that one, Netflix.
So is these numbers, are we saying now these numbers are over 12 weeks?
Correct.
The Mother's not been out for 12 weeks yet.
Correct.
So it could easily go back in there.
Yeah.
Maybe. But we'll see.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because Wes Anderson's going to steal that charts in the next few months anyway. TV? Should we do TV?
Yes, so we're going...
TV by country? Oh, the fuck? This website is a mess. I need to sort it out. TV, top 10 TV shows in the United Kingdom for the week of the 12th to the 18th of June. Tour de France, Unchained.
Sure. Pedal to Survive.
It's about men on bikes. Interestingly, this chart doesn't give me any viewing numbers.
No.
Don't have any numbers at all for this.
Maybe it's a work in progress.
It must be. Number 9 is Tex-Mex Motors.
Oh, watched an episode of that. I forgot.
Did you?
Yeah.
Is it good?
No.
No, okay. What is it? Is it like...
It's the old...
I'm imagining it's like Pimp
Netflix,
My Ride.
Netflix have got loads of these shows where it's like a group of characters who own a garage.
Yeah.
Get a wreck of a car, fix it, pimp it up, sell it on for profit, and they can increase the size and complexity of their project.
And they're somewhere on the border of
the
Texas
gimmick of this
Mexico.
one is it's set in El Paso.
Right.
So what they do is they cross the border to Mexico because they get even cheaper wrecks cars,
and do them up and
bring
sell
them
them to
back
stupid Americans.
into Texas and sell them on. Yeah. So I watched one they bought. They spent $300 and sold it for I don't know $20,000 or something like that.
So they buy from poor Mexicans and sell to stupid Americans.
Basically, yeah. But I felt it lacked the charm of Gotham Garage, whatever that one's called.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, it's coming back in a couple of months. And there was a Canadian one as well, Rust to Riches or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's called Rust to Riches.
Again, which the characters in Tex-Mex were not as, didn't have the charm, not as appealing for me.
Number 8 is Angela Black.
I don't know who she is.
Nor do I.
Okay, good.
This looks like wrestler Wade Barrett. Number 7 is When Missing Turns to Murder, which is the new true crime documentary thing, I think. Number 6 is Fubar. That's had
hanging around.
plummet.
Fubar, which has been...
Fubarred.
It has been recommissioned for season 2.
Yep. Arnie announced that during Tudum as well, didn't he? Yeah,
I think so.
Our Planet 2 is at number 5. I assume that's David Attenborough.
Sure.
Arnold is at number 4. That's also dropped. That was number 1 last week. Number 3, Never Have I Ever.
Yeah.
I think that stayed at number 3 and the two Arnie things have dropped past
I think it has.
And number 2 is Rick and Morty. There's a new season of Rick and Morty out on Netflix.
Yeah, season 6.
Season 6. I figured out where I'd got to on Rick and Morty.
Okay.
Because I'd lost track of where I was, so I hadn't watched any.
Yeah.
Turns out I'm 2 seasons behind. So
okay.
I'm going to try and catch up on
I've only been watching it on Netflix, so I'd need to watch season 6 as well.
Cool.
So, yeah.
I don't think I've seen season 5. And number 1, probably as anybody can guess, is Black Mirror.
Awesome.
I can't give you how many viewing hours it's had because it doesn't tell me on this list. Has TV of all time changed? Do I need to look at that?
I think there's a couple of shifts around. Yeah, we talked about Wednesday moving to the top from the second spot.
So we'll quickly go through it. The Watcher season 1 is at number 10.
Oh, it's The Watcher. I was really confused then.
I was as well. It took me a minute because the number 9 is The Witcher season 1.
Yeah, I failed my eyesight test.
One letter different there. Number 8 is Bridgerton season 2. Number 7 is Stranger Things season 3. Number 6 is The Night Agent Season 1. That's dropped down because that was quite a lot higher.
Okay.
The Queen's Gambit limited series is at number 5.
I think that's moved up.
I think it has moved up. Number 4 is Bridgerton Season 1. And the top 3 haven't changed. Well, they've changed, but not in the order's changed, but the shows haven't. Number 3 is Dharma Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. Number 2 is Stranger Things 4. Number 1 is Wednesday Season 1. I think what has screwed over Stranger Things here is its runtime.
Yeah. It's more than...
Double. It's over double.
It's double the runtime of Wednesday.
Yeah. But it's only had 100 million viewing hours more. So is this going to make TV and film directors want to make shorter movies doing it this way?
Which is not the Netflix way.
No.
Because... So in the old metric, like you say, the hours viewed, Strange Things was 120 million or so ahead.
Yeah.
But with the new average metric, it's
nearly 100 million viewers behind.
It's almost half of Wednesday.
Yeah.
In terms of the views, so yeah.
It's absolutely balmy. It's absolutely balmy.
You can prove anything with stats.
You really can. And obviously Stranger Things is still... Squid Game is still miles ahead of everything anyway.
Yeah.
So, or none of it really matters because nothing's ever beaten Squid Game. So none of this really matters at all.
Yeah, you can't put that lightning back in a bottle.
You really can't. Cool. That's the top 10's done. We'll keep our eye on... I'm sure they'll change things again at some point in the future. Sure. So when they do, we'll let you know again. How are we doing for time? Oh, we're well in. Shall we do a real talk quickly and then get out of here?
Let's finish.
There isn't real talk. Any answers on the socials because I forgot to put them on.
We were a bit late this week.
That's my fault.
That's okay.
So, what did the Discord talk about, and what was our real talk question for this week?
So the real talk this week was actually a suggestion from the Discord from last week, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was.
It was simply, what are your least favourite movie or TV tropes?
Yeah, things that happen all the times in films that are just stupid and take you out at the moment.
What annoys you? Look, a real good debate.
There were some really good answers in there as well.
Yeah, I've got a few.
I think I've got a couple.
So I'm waiving the...
Quite a lot of mine came out as well.
Yeah, I'm waiving the rule of you can only choose one.
Yeah.
Because
it was more of a discussion this week, wasn't it, than anything else?
Ross Cook was first off the mark in the Discord. He said, I hate it with a passion when two characters meet who've known each other before and act like they hate each other, which often makes a third character uncomfortable, and then they go, we're really good friends.
Yeah, I can see that. I can't think of a situation where
the first one that pops into my mind is when Han Solo and Lando Calrissian meet in The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
But there is countless examples. Wayne in the Discord says, I am sick. He's sick of people coming back from the dead when they appear to have been killed earlier in the film, and then lo and behold, they are back to save the day at the end and pop up in either later in the film or in the episode.
Good job he's not an EastEnders fan.
He also says, when people are messaging a friend or loved one on their phone, but there is zero prior conversation.
That is a great one.
I like the mundane ones.
Yeah, that happens all the time, and I'd never really noticed it before.
That's really easy to not do.
That is a great one.
Another one for Ross is when people hang up the phone without saying goodbye.
I work with somebody who does that all the time, and it's very irritating.
Sam Mulholland in the Discord has got a couple. Never locking the door to your house or apartment.
Yeah.
Or the amount of times that the keys to a car or truck are under the sun visor.
That's true. They're always there.
Yeah.
Who does that as well?
Phone's ringing, Sam also says. When getting a call, I don't think I've ever had my phone on loud. It's always on silent.
Mobile phone?
Yeah.
I don't even know what my ringtone is on my mobile phone.
Ross rightly points out possibly the most called out trope on this show.
Yeah.
Which is the convenient news broadcast.
Does happen a lot. It's a really easy way to tell stories in a low budget movie.
Well, we see two types of news report, don't we, that it's used for. So you'll either get the news report that's used for exposition to conveniently get us up to speed, or and then the other one is is the sort of important information to a character.
Yeah.
So it's either for the benefit of the viewer, or it's just because the character needs to know that stuff.
We do see it a lot.
One of my suggestions was people falling over for no reason other than dramatic effects in foot chases.
When you wrote that, had you just watched this week's movie that we're about to talk about?
Yeah. Because it happens about 18 times. In fact, every time someone runs, they fall over.
I read that before I watched the movie, and then when I watched the movie, I was like, I think Nick's just watched this movie.
Smileyton says, action scenes with 20 cuts a second. See the fence jump in Taken as an example.
Yeah, that's a great one as well. It's pretty much Michael Bay movies is what he's saying.
Or films starting with a time shift, where you have an opening scene and then have years earlier.
Well, we all know that's one of mine. I've mentioned that hundreds of times on this show.
It says it loses a lot of tension for me, knowing the main character is okay. Lots of comments on bad editing, and then debating if the edit in Taken was because Liam Neeson couldn't get over a fence.
Which I'm sure
was it a stylistic choice?
I'm sure it pretty much was that.
I've got a mundane one.
Go on.
This is not my proper answer, but it always knocks me off. When there's always a parking space right in front of the church, courthouse,
wherever you're going,
or what airport, wherever you've got to run to save the day.
It's a great one. It's true. It does always happen.
Or if there's not a car parking space where they just ditch the car in front of the building.
Yeah, and then it's still there when they come back.
No one ever gets towed. Or,
it's a good one.
Do you want me? Shall I do my official choices?
Yeah, if you want to.
So I've got two. One is one's a fighting thing and one's a love thing.
Okay.
So I'm going at different ends of the spectrum. My first one is a gun wrestle.
Yeah.
Where two characters are wrestling over a gun and it goes off
in the middle of them and you don't know
who's been shot.
Yeah.
And it's always the bad guy.
Yeah.
That's
a great one.
So overused.
That happens in Saw all the time. In the Saw movies, that happens a lot.
And my other one is the interrupted kiss.
Good one. That is a good one.
Just doesn't happen that often in real life.
It's true.
How many times do we see that?
Yeah.
Just, again, the dramatic effect or we'll save that scene for later in the movie.
I think one of mine that we've mentioned hundreds of times on this show, I really don't like 2 years later, 4 hours later, any sort of time shift in a film. 24 months later. There was one the other week where it was Sweet Girl, when it was like several years later. Didn't even give us a time. But then it got really accurate. It was like 8 months earlier. And I'm like, I don't like seeing text on a screen during a movie, like 24 hours later. There's ways to tell it in the story without having to do that. It really irritates me. In a horror movie, nobody ever knows how to turn a light on.
Oh, that's very true.
That always gets to me. So I think that's one of mine as well. And also, adults playing teenagers.
Yeah.
In most movies.
Yeah.
Where are all the teenage actors and how do they turn into adult actors? Because
all teenagers in movies look like shredded 28-year-olds.
Yes. But how do those people become actors when there's no roles for teenagers? Because the adults before them were playing the roles that they should be having. I don't understand it. Adults playing teen roles. Yeah, that's my main one, I think. But turn a light on. If you're running through a haunted house or a scary house, why is the power always off? Again, from this movie. This week's movie.
But I didn't mind it so much. We'll talk about it on Thursday because it's like, But
it always happens. Either the power's always out or nobody even thinks to turn a light on in a horror movie.
Correct.
It's silly.
Or the old, my batteries aren't quite working in the torch. I have to
the bottom of the
end.
torch.
No.
If I hear a noise in this house when I'm asleep, the first thing I do is turn a light on.
Yeah. Plus, I got like 4 torches in my bedside table.
Have you really?
Yeah. Like, one of them's working.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever navigated my way around this house in the dark. Fact. I'll just turn a light on if I need to get anywhere.
You do eat a lot of carrots.
I do. That's true. But I thought that was a really good real talk. I really much enjoyed some of those answers that were coming in.
Yeah, and there's tons more as well. So just keep sending them in if there's
absolutely.
any that you wanna mention, and we can always revisit it. It's no problem.
Like we said earlier, the Discord is a great place to get involved in the real talks.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I forget to put them on the socials.
Yeah.
Join the Discord link's in the show notes. What are we watching on Thursday, Nick?
Come back to this very feed on Thursday because we will be talking about a movie called Mercy.
We will indeed.
Be quite specific. It's a 2016 Netflix movie.
Yes.
Because there are a lot of movies out there called Mercy.
There really are. There really are. If you put Mercy into IMDb, it's about the 12th one on the list. It took me ages to find it on IMDb, but yeah, it's
your poster is like of a guy in a
red poster with a guy in a mask.
As a ski mask. Yeah.
Directed by Chris Sparling, if that helps. Yeah, Mercy from 2016. We're watching that on Thursday. It's going to be a fun episode, I think.
Yeah, come back and see what we thought about it.
It's a thriller?
It's a horror / home invasion movie,
yeah,
I would say.
Absolutely. So yeah, come back on Thursday and we'll talk to you about that, shall we?
Absolutely.
Okay. I've forgotten how we finished the wave.
It's fine.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.